We're going to move now again onto our phone hacking round. Once again, our research has been hacking the phones of the rich and the famous willy-nilly to get some juicy gossip on everything from guns to bungs to bunga bunga parties. Team, see if you can work out what this message is that I will be reading to you. Here we go. Listen intently. I'm so sorry to hear about the huge loss to your organisation. You have our deepest sympathies. Blank always had the ideas that never occurred to nobody else, and the people of the world are poor for this tragedy. I want you to know that the supporters at the Appalachian branch are prepared to support the replacement as long as whoever it is ambitious as Blank always was. Catch you at the conference. Bye. So guys, what do you think's the answer to that one?
Steve Jobs.
It's going to be our rival, Steve Jobs. Sadly died this week.
But the conference.
The Apple conference.
Every year they have an annual Apple conference.
Yes, they do.
They do.
It's available for new iPhones and stuff.
That's a thing.
I knew that.
What's Sarah Palin been up to in the news this week?
Well, nothing. She's pulled out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I bet she has.
Surely it makes more sense with him. Stop
I don't
going
think you don't want to know about
to
Sarah.
blow me.
Oh, that's the title of our show.
I don't know, but like Sarah Palin pulling out, it kind of... She's just got Michelle Bachmann to take her place, who's even more evil and wrong and bad. She said that The Lion King, this is Michelle Bachmann, she said that The Lion King was gay propaganda. It's genuinely a thing she said.
No,
she
it's
said
not. It's Hamlet.
and Hamlet's gay propaganda as well.
I don't get it. What was her evidence?
Yeah. What was?
She said that kids shouldn't be... They can be desensitized to homosexuality.
I
By
heard
the
about
Lion
SpongeBob.
King?
That's definitely true about
Yeah, but
SpongeBob.
she said about The Lion King that like you might show your kids The Lion King and then say, oh, the songs were written by a gay man, and these.
Oh
are
my
No,
god!
and these were her
ridiculous.
words. She said, and the message there is that he's better at his job because he's gay.
Oh.
The logic just astounds me.
What
Well,
other...
surely by that logic, it's not just The Lion King, it's anything Elton John has touched.
Or just
What hasn't he touched?
A vagina?
Very good. Very good.
Superb, superb. The correct answer is in fact Sarah Palin. She has pulled out of the race to become American president, thankfully. Steve Jobs, yes, Apple chief executive and founder, sadly died last week. Sarah Palin announced that she was no longer running for president. See, they do have a lot in common. Steve Jobs was innovative. Sarah Palin also had ideas that nobody else could come up with. Jobs was imaginative. Palin too had a vivid imagination. Jobs was incredibly intelligent. Jobs was ambitious. Palin, thankfully not. Steve Jobs was deified by his supporters of advanced technology, and Palin's still obsessed with that frankly disappointing Tea Party. However, they are both brain dead. Can't win them all. Right, we're going to move on now to Red Dragon's Den, guys. Those of you who watched BBC Two, still here, still waiting. Didn't get a call after the last show. You know where I am. Go on.
It's coming, the call's coming.
It's coming. ITV as well.
Believe
I'm
in
not
yourself.
fussy. Whatever. Whatever. Yes, Dragon's Den.
Forget that, shall we?
yeah.
Forget that. Try forgetting that. You try forgetting this. Now we're going to move on now, guys, to doing our Red Dragon's Den. For those of you who have seen BBC Two, this is where a lot of sweaty, failed business people attempt to extort a lot of money from five wealthy multi-millionaires on camera who clearly aren't being paid enough as it is. The team's got to pitch me their topical products and services. For example, you could have a bottle of Arab spring water, which is a fantastic remedy for electoral dysfunction. Cool, let's have a look at what you guys have got this week.
Okay, well, I've come up with something very innovative and quite topical on several layers.
If I
Basically,
do say so myself.
How can
I'm
you
great.
be topical in several layers?
by covering several topics, probably. Anyway.
Ooh,
I'm out.
May I continue? Yes.
please do.
Okay. Want to fuck up someone's shit? We've got an app for that. The new iRiot for iPhone and Android. Find the riot closest to you. Discuss riots with friends. Now comes in a bundle with automatic justification generator, giving you reasons such as, well, it's the government, innit? Or, I want to get my tax back, or something Thatcher.
That's
I object to
absolutely
you
brilliant.
characterising all rioters as having northern accents because I live near Croydon.
Also, do we have to present our idea in that same amazing sort of presentational tone?
I would have thought so. Yes.
We
Yeah.
have to work on that.
Yes. If you want the
Can we
money.
just forfeit?
Well,
No, we've got a fantastic idea. What's ours?
Let's have a look at the idea then. Come
It's
on.
much better.
Right. What we've got is the News of the World cash machine. It won't acknowledge the existence of any other cash machines or that money even exists for several years. But when it does, then it will sacrifice itself for the greater glory of the cash machine empire.
Exactly. And it doesn't serve Steve Coogan, Hugh Grant.
It doesn't mix well with shaving foam either, that's a bit of a design fault.
Absolutely superb. I think, unfortunately, I'll be investing in Steve Jobs. Steve Jobs? Team Jobs. Team
I think
Jobs.
you've missed the boat for that one.
Long gone.
I'll give you some money. Oi. No.
Is that you at Steve Jobs' grave?
Asking for money.
Tapping on the coffin lid?
Have you
Offering
spent...
him money? He's one of
And
the
he
wealthiest.
rises from the dead!
I only died because I was skint. Thanks, Tim. You've saved me here. No, brilliant. I'm going to be absolutely hounded by Apple fanatics now. This is brilliant. But yeah, I will be investing in the absolutely brilliant idea, the Apple iRiot.
Brilliant. Thank you.
The iRiot app.
Look forward to
Apologies.
working with you.
Yeah, unfortunately, I'm skint at the moment, so I have to wait for my Credit Crunch cereal to take off.
Another one of your wonderful...
Punnery. Punnery. Highest form of humour. Okay, so we're going to move on to our penultimate round now. That's just so not Cambridge. This next round is all about the bizarre things that would, unsurprisingly, never happen in Cambridge. It'll be bloody super if they did. The category this week is what's never on the ADC. So what would you think?
A Midsummer Night's Dream 2. This time there's guns.
All new material from Phil Wang.
Oh.
That's the ABC in jokes.
Yeah.
If anybody missed that.
Any play written after the 21st century? After?
Another in joke.
It is true.
Clark/May, with starring Michael Sheen as Theresa May.
How about Frankie Boyle insults the disabled? The Scottish comedian meets a selection of handicapped people and lists things that they can't do.
I like the idea of
That tickled you.
the Lib Dem Party Conference as a musical.
It'd be short and shit.
Coalition. Something like that.
Absolutely superb.
Jeff Carpenter's Holocaust.
Superb, superb. And finally, before we go, I'd like to ask all of you to make one prediction about something that happened in the news before the next show.
I think Greece will try to sell Guardies to Germany.
I think we're going to see an expose about Bill Gates was found dancing on Steve Jobs' grave shouting, "There's not an app for that now, is there? There's not an app for that."
David Cameron suggests that the poor be fed to the rich to solve the economy.
And Simon?
Didn't that happen last week?
Would you like to use one of mine?
Only I had more than one.
Oh, brilliant. And I predict that we'll be back in 2 weeks' time. I've been Tim Axman, a bit like Paxman, but without the P, the charm, the presenting ability, or the sexual stamina. Blow me. It's the news. Thank you all for joining us. See you next time. Goodbye.